It's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas, y'all. Well, maybe not with the snow and the cold weather, but with the sand, the sun, and the waves right here next to me, it's definitely starting to feel like Christmas, South Florida style. So today, we're gonna show you a few holiday happenings that are unique to South Florida. We're going surfing with these Surfin Santas. Chef Michelle Bernstein shows us how to make a SoFlo Christmas dinner with lobster we caught right off the beach in Miami, and Christmas lights Fort Lauderdale style on the New River. So grab a cup of hot chocolate and join us for a very SoFlo Ho H2O Christmas. All these dolphins right here. Hey y'all, and welcome to Cocoa Beach, Florida. I'm Olivia Ray. Now, as you may know, the holidays are upon us, and I'm hoping to get up on a surfboard today with the help of my friend Santa Peanut. And we're also going to show you how you can paddle out with a few hundred of your Santa buddies. So, come on. What started out as a small family day in Cocoa Beach has turned into a global phenomenon, the Cocoa Beach Surfin Santas. We made our way up to Cocoa Beach just before the big day to meet up with George Trossett and the Surfin Santa team.
My name is George Trossett, and I am the CFO of Surfin Santa's, Chief Fun Officer.
Chief Fun Officer, that's so cute! The Surfin Santas of Cocoa Beach have become an annual Cocoa Beach tradition that brings hundreds of surfers of all ages dressed up as Santa and thousands of beachgoers to watch. How did Surfin Santas come to be? I know it started in 2009, so give us the kind of behind the scenes of how it happened.
Well, back in 2009, I seen this commercial on TV, a Honda car commercial, and it had some Santas surfing in the commercial, and I watched it and I thought to myself, I want to be a Surfin Santa. And I called my son, I said, George, I says, this was on December 23rd. I said, George, I said, I need you at the beach house tomorrow morning dressed as an elf.
And there were no questions?
Well, what he said was, he said he looked at his phone and said, I thought my dad stopped drinking. So he found an elf outfit, came to the beach house. We went surfing. I was Santa, he was an elf. We had one spectator, and it's my 3-year-old grandson. The rest, as they say, is history. The newspaper came, they took a little picture. It was in the front page of the Christmas Day paper for Florida Today in 2009. And over the next years, my friends that saw the picture, hey George, what's this Surfin Santa thing? I said, I don't know. Come to the beach house on the 24th, we'll figure it out.
The costumes are just as diverse as the people that wear them, and you can watch them ride in on the waves and kick off your holiday beachside at this free event that benefits local charities. And it's not just in Cocoa Beach. The Surfin Santas have gone global. From Australia to Tahiti, Santas are catching waves and making smiles around the world.
It's really cool. It's very rewarding to see how people have embraced it, and I couldn't be prouder. I mean, it becomes truly a viral news event around the world. Over the last 8 years, Surfin Santas has created more than 10 billion media impressions. I think we created 10 billion smiles.
Surfin Santa's 2023, just like every year, is on December 24th, Christmas Eve. It runs from 7:30 a.m. till noon, and everyone is invited. Best of all, it's free. There's music, entertainment, a surfing contest, a costume contest, and thousands of Santas. So be ready to get into the spirit of Christmas and have a great time. Merry Christmas! I was lucky enough to score some surf lessons with the man himself, the Surfin Santa. Legally named Clifford Keener, but lovingly nicknamed Peanut. All right, y'all, I am learning how to surf now from the one and only Santa Peanut. So I'm ready to learn the basics, but just for starters, how did you become a Surfin Santa or get into this?
I retired about 10 years ago, and I was going to church at the beach. My friend had a house down at the beach, and I told him I'd be glad to grow my beard out and play Santa, Surfin Santa, if he'd let me. He goes, that'd be fine, Peanut. We'd love it.
Well, I'm sure you're gonna put a smile on my face. I'm already smiling because I'm in my Santa gear and I'm ready to go. But kind of for the basics, what are some things I need to know before I'm getting out into the water?
Well, where to stand, your feet always go to the back of the board. That'd be great.
So I'm gonna lay down on the board.
Yes.
Feet, toes at the end.
Yeah, perfect.
Right here.
Yes.
And then I'm just gonna pop up.
You just pop up between your legs. Feet, there you go, perfect, perfect, that's perfect.
Now that I got the basics, in the water we go. The water was a little chilly, but not too bad after you jump in. And between Peanut and his buddy Bill Whitten, the creative director for the Florida Surf Museum, I was in great hands. With the expert direction from Bill and Peanut, I got up right away. It wasn't as easy as I thought, and I had a white bat or two, but I think I did pretty good. For just a short drive up the coast, it was a pretty awesome day. So mark it on your calendars. The Cocoa Beach Surfing Santas is on December 24th from 7:30 a.m. till noon. You'll catch all the sights, music, and fun. And you might even catch some fun waves. And after learning how to surf from the coolest Santa around, I think I'm ready for the big day.
All right, y'all, surfing is so much fun. But I have to say, your girl worked up an appetite. And that means it's time for some Christmas dinner. And we're doing it South Florida style with a little bit of lobster. But first, we gotta go catch it.
When we come back, we are hunting lobster right off the beach in Miami. And then Chef Michelle Bernstein is going to cook up our catch for a SoFlo Christmas dinner. Don't go anywhere. When I think of a South Florida Christmas dinner, lobster is the first thing that comes to mind. So we thought, let's go catch our own right here in Miami.
Good morning, y'all. It is bright and early. The sun is just now rising. It's around 6 a.m. and we are heading out to go local lobstering. Now, the nice thing about it is you don't have to go all the way to the Keys to do that. You can stay right here on our beaches in Miami. So we are gonna go head out. I am super excited to get in the water. Okay, so we're heading out to the spot where we're gonna settle down and go lobstering, and I'm really excited, looking forward to it.
I have to say, this was my first time free diving for lobster, but thankfully we have some close friends of the show to help us out. Ralphie and Joey have been diving in South Florida for years, so you could say I was learning from the best. They got geared up first and headed in to scope out the scene. We were diving in about 20 feet of water, just off the beach. But even so close to shore, safety was a priority.
It's one up, one down. You're always looking at your partner at all times. Safety is a #1 concern on anything you do in the water. That's including, boats coming in, having your dive flag up, having a good captain on the boat, being aware of the surroundings and where your divers are at.
It only took a little while before the guys were throwing lobster into the boat, so it was my turn to join them. I put on my wetsuit, booties, and gloves, which are really important for holding on to the lobster. Then I grabbed my weight belt, mask, and snorkel, and in I went. I got pretty comfortable early on and was able to follow closely behind Ralphie as he snatched lobster after lobster. I swear these guys are water hunters and know exactly where to go.
Some of the charts you can actually see where it'll describe like a hard bottom. You'll have holes in the bottom and you'll find the lobster there. So sometimes using your electronics will guide you into a spot, but most of the time it's time in the water, searching and marking on the GPS and then coming back and working the area.
I attempted to catch a few, but may need a little more practice holding my breath longer. After a few tries, I took on the important role of carrying each lobster to the boat. There, we were able to measure their size and make sure that they were safe to keep.
You gotta have a measuring tool, make sure you're within the limits, the right size, and no females.
After about 3 hours cycling through the water, we were able to catch 24 lobster. You could say it was a successful day. So we hopped back on the boat and headed back to the marina to clean our catch. As soon as we docked, Joey led me through the steps of how to detach the tail and get them ready to take home.
Typically, we'll grab the head, grab the tail, but be wary of the bottom side of this lobster
Okay.
because of the points or the spine.
Got you, so don't
All right.
hurt yourself.
All right, and sometimes it's tough. You just got to twist and then pull.
We had 24 beautiful tails ready for the kitchen.
All right, well, thank y'all for having me out today. It was fun.
You're
I
welcome.
enjoyed it.
Anytime. You can come and join us.
Perfect. I'll be back.
All right.
I have to say, catching lobster right off our beaches is pretty amazing. But learning how to make a lobster Christmas dinner with the one and only Chef Michelle Bernstein from SoFlo Taste, that's pretty next level. All right, y'all, I could not think of anybody better to help us finish this catch and cook segment than Chef Michelle. I'm so excited to have you here because I know you're going to teach us a few thing or two today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
So beautiful here.
It is beautiful.
Love it.
So we're cooking up some lobsters. We just got these off the beaches of Miami, and so now we're ready to cook them up. So what are we doing with them today?
So I'm really excited, and happy holidays, by the way. So I thought we could change things up a little bit because of where we are. I mean, it's just so beautiful here. Why not celebrate our Caribbean styles? So we're gonna do a jerk lobster, and we're gonna serve it with a little flatbread called roti, and we're serving it with coconut rice with red beans.
Okay, so a little different style than I'm
Very
used to, but
different,
this
yeah.
is perfect for
So I
South Florida
thought we could
Christmas.
jerk the spiny. Now, because we're using Caribbean lobsters, spiny lobsters, or Florida lobsters, I like to call them, they can really handle more flavor, where a Maine lobster is a little more delicate. It's all about tasting that true lobster flavor. So we're starting with a little bit of fresh thyme leaves that I've picked from the stem of the thyme. And if you wouldn't mind, this is a little piece of peeled ginger.
Okay.
And if you could just microplane that, just watch your nails, but microplane that right into there. All right, so I've got a nice small bunch of scallions. And I'm just chopping everything up really loosely, really rough and rustic, because we don't really need it to be perfect. We're gonna puree everything together. And then, do you know these bad boys? These beauties are Scotch bonnet or also habanero peppers. Basically, you would take your knife and you just cut around that center part. We've got nutmeg and allspice. So we're just gonna add a little bit of some nice light brown sugar. And then if you wouldn't mind, I'm gonna give you a couple limes to squeeze into there. Just a couple, maybe 3. All right. You've used one of these before?
Yes.
Great. Can you make cocktails?
Oh, I can make I learned how to make a cocktail from you.
Did you? Okay, good. So if you know how to squeeze lime, you know how to make a cocktail, and vice versa, of course. All right. One thing I forgot, salt and pepper. Can't forget that.
Perfect.
As a chef, you know that's like the most important.
Always gotta have that.
You know it.
All right, so one more.
One more.
We're good to go.
And what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna show you how to split these beautiful tails. So I'm just gonna basically start on this side and stick the knife in and then come down, okay? And then go the other way. Now, if you have, maybe you're a little more delicate and you're a little worried about it, you can always use a knife. Let me show you how. You put the knife in, and if you use a towel, you can kind of push down with that towel, making it a little bit easier on yourself. So there's 2 things you can do. You can butterfly it like that,
Amazing.
which I love, or you can just basically break it apart like we have today. Okay, so that's it. That's how you divide them up. So the next thing we're gonna do for the jerk is we're just gonna blend it. So you can throw it in a blender, or this is a hand blender. If you want to work that a little bit, I'm going to throw a little oil in there to make your life a little easier.
Lovely.
And it's always good to oil up any seafood that's going on the grill. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. Okay.
Blends so well.
Okay. So what you do is take a plastic bag, throw anything you want to marinate with jerk. Let's say you didn't get a lobster this season, right? And you want to do some beautiful fish. You can absolutely do this with a fillet of fish. I recommend a whole fish scored up. Anything it is that you want to jerk, throw it into a bag and pour it in.
And let it marinate for a little bit.
Marinate. Yeah, you can do an hour, but you can also do overnight.
Okay.
Depending, if it's a fillet of fish, don't go more than an hour.
And if it's
If it's a lobster, you could probably do overnight without a problem. Let me show you what I have going on here. So I always start.
so good already.
It's nice, right? So we've got a little bit of saved jerk on the side. So what we're gonna do is, I brought a little butter with me because that's what I do.
There you go.
Everything's
better with butter.
Everything's better with butter. So I'm gonna just put a little bit of butter into the saved jerk that wasn't used for a marinade. Swish that around a little bit. And what we're gonna do is, every lobster is better with a little bit of butter. So I do almost all the cooking on the shell
Okay.
so that I don't dry out the meat.
Interesting. Okay.
So if you only cook it on the shell side, think about all the juices that are in there. They never touch the other side. So all I'm gonna do is, this is actually cooked. I'm gonna flip it over. We're gonna count to, let's count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, they're ready. That's it. So as you can see, you see how they're done? You can tell their juices are popping up out of them.
See, and I was wondering why you're putting them on the tail and weren't cooking it on...
On the shell side?
Yeah.
Yeah, because all of the moistness is in the meat and it stays there.
Amazing.
Yeah. We're gonna top it with this beautiful buttery, now buttery, jerk. And there we have it. If you want, you can throw a little lime on there, squeeze some lime over the top, or just serve it for everybody to have.
Delicious.
There you go.
Now this is a South Florida Christmas dinner, y'all. This looks amazing. So we went, we caught it, we have the catch, we have the cook, and it all comes together just like this. So I really appreciate you coming out and teaching us how to do this.
Oh, are you kidding me? Thank you for having me. You gotta taste some now.
I'm gonna taste a little bit of this, but we also know that everyone needs to go watch you on Saturdays at 10:30 on SoFlo Taste, because y'all, this isn't all she does. She's cooked a lot more on that show. If you haven't seen it, you need to see it. All right, I'm gonna try it.
Pretty good?
It's really good.
Okay, well, thank you for having me.
Thank you so
and
much.
happy, happy holidays. See you soon. Mwah.
Oh, that was so good. And honestly, that lobster dinner was all I wanted for Christmas. Now, catching lobster in South Florida isn't really that hard if you know where to look and if you have the right diving equipment. So we thought, what a great gift idea. Now, when we come back, we're gonna take you shopping for the diver on your Christmas list. Did y'all like that lobster recipe? Because Goya is here to help. If you want to win a $500 Goya Seasonings Greetings gift card, here's how you do it. Just go to local10.com/contest to register. The Goya Seasonings Greetings winner will be chosen on January 3rd, 2024, so go enter today. Go to local10.com/contest for your chance to win Goya Seasonings Greetings $500 gift card giveaway. Because if it's Goya, it has to be good. Welcome back to a SoFlo H2O Christmas. Now, so far we have caught waves with Surfin Santas, we've caught some lobster right off our beaches, and we've cooked those lobsters with SoFlo Taste Chef Michelle Bernstein. Now it's time to go Christmas shopping, and we thought we'd show you how to gear up for the diver on your Christmas list. We are here at Austin's Diving Center in Pinecrest. Y'all, it's about time that I got some good gear, so let's go meet up with Eli. All right, Eli, it is time for me to upgrade my gear, so what's a good thing to start with?
We can start with a wetsuit. Right now it's a little warm. You want to start with like a 1 mil.
Wetsuits vary in thickness. They can go from a 1 millimeter to 5 or 6, depending on the water temp and the type of diving that you are doing.
Got one for me?
You want to try this? And then we could go from there.
Sounds good.
Eli knew exactly what I needed and didn't even have to think about it. His quick pick made it easy, because I mean, check out all these options.
All right, so this suit fits perfectly. I see we have a couple things placed here, so what do we have next?
Okay, so I grabbed mask, snorkel, fins. We can start with the mask.
Okay, perfect. What are some things that you need to know when you're picking out a mask?
So when you put it on, don't ever put the strap on. Just do a little quick suction. If it sticks, you're good.
Then we had to make sure the snorkel was the best fit, and this one felt right. You always want to make sure it feels comfortable, especially if you plan to be in the water for longer periods of time.
All right, so this is a solid one. What do we have next?
We got your fins, some weights, and a weight belt.
Okay, when it does come to the weight belt, how do you know how many weights that you're gonna need? Is it based on body weight, things like that?
Yes, it does, and your wetsuit. So right now I think you only need 2, but I grabbed 4 just in case.
Weight belts come in many styles and sizes. So for reference, I'm wearing a 1 mil wetsuit, and I weigh 133 pounds. Eli is starting me off with only 2 pounds of weight.
Okay, perfect. And as for the fins, I know there's different sizes, different ranges, so if you're looking to do, snorkeling, scuba diving, a bunch of different things, how do you know what kind of fins that you're gonna need?
Depending on what you want to do, if you're free diving, scuba diving, snorkeling, it all depends. So these are going to be perfect for you.
Also, another thing, when it does come to the fins, you're gonna wanna have some socks too, which I already have these on. So what are the benefits of having these when you're wearing some fins?
They make your fins so much more comfortable. They protect you from like chafing and blistering.
So that's really one of the benefits of coming to a place like Austin's Diving Center is you guys are really able to lay it out for people, especially people that are new like me. So what would you say, to those people that are wanting to come and check y'all out?
All the questions gets answered right here.
Because you guys have all the knowledge. You've been doing this for years. I feel like everybody else that's been here has been doing it for quite a while.
Oh yeah.
So if people are wanting to know more information or come into a place like Austin's Diving Center, where can they go? Where can they find more information?
You could come either in the store, we're right here in Pinecrest, or you could just visit us online.
Well, I have all the gear that I need. I've got the bag, and I think I'm ready to get into the water. So thank you so much. It's nice to meet you. All right, I'm all fitted. I'm ready to go, so let's go get in the water. Now that we've checked some great gifts off of our Christmas list, it's time to sit back and enjoy some holiday traditions. So when we come back, we are taking you on a boat ride to see some Christmas lights H2O style. One of my favorite holiday traditions has always been grabbing a cup of hot cocoa and going to all of those neighborhoods that are decked out for the holidays. But this year, we decided to do that H2O style. So let's go meet up with Gabby to learn a little bit more about the holiday water taxi light tour. It is the holiday season. I know you guys have a fun little activity for people, especially if you live down here in Fort Lauderdale. So what do you guys have going on this December?
Definitely, Olivia. We have our Holiday Lights Cruise all December long. It's every night 6:30 p.m. and we have an 8:30 p.m. ride as well. They're 90-minute rides. You board at Stop 1, the Stranahan House and Riverside Hotel, and we board you. And this is not all. Our boat's decorated.
Okay, so you get the lights before you even go and see the lights.
Right before, yes, definitely on the boat. And we take you to all the best houses. We actually will take different routes depending on how decorated the houses were. So we are going to make sure we have extra sparkles and take you down the waterway where all the houses are decorated. And that's not it. We have holiday cocktails as well.
Okay, see, now you're talking my language. So tell me a little bit about those holiday cocktails.
So we have Olivia's favorite, peppermint patty, and rum tide spiced punch.
What has been your experience when you do get to go on this water taxi tour?
The best part is I love the live music. And just seeing everyone board with their families and knowing this is a tradition in South Florida.
If people do want to learn more and want to come on this water taxi, where can they go?
Watertaxi.com, and also follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Fort Lauderdale Water Taxi.
The crew and I were the first to set sail on this year's light tour. Right when we got on, I had to make a little pit stop at the bar for a peppermint patty. Virgin, of course.
Tastes like Christmas in a cup. Cheers.
Then we headed upstairs and grabbed the perfect spot to see all the lights.
This is definitely worth adding to your Christmas tradition list. Y'all, this definitely took a normal traditional light tour to the next level. You could tell a lot of the houses were really in the Christmas spirit, but we hope you enjoyed today's special of SoFlo H2O, a little Christmas special for y'all. We hope we inspired some new ideas for you to start some fun traditions with your family and enjoy the holidays South Florida style. Now just remember, if you want to have fun in South Florida or make the holidays a little brighter, just add water